Look around the trading landscape in 2025. What do you see? You see infinite information. You see AI algorithms executing trades in microseconds. You see retail traders armed with tools that hedge funds would have killed for 20 years ago. Everyone has the same charts. Everyone has the same news feed. Everyone has the same indicators. The playing field, technically speaking, has never been more level. And yet, the failure rate hasn't changed. 90% of traders still lose money. 5% break even. And the top 5%, the elite, still take everything. Why? If information is free and technology is cheap, why isn't everyone rich? Because trading is no longer a knowledge game. It hasn't been for a long time. In 2025, trading is a performance sport. The edge is not in the strategy. You can find a profitable strategy on YouTube for free right now. The edge is in the human executing the strategy. When you look at a top trader, you see the tip of the iceberg. You see the winning trade. You see the Lamborghini. You see the screenshot of the P&L. That is the visible 10%. But the thing that drives the ship, the massive, unseen, dangerous mass of ice under the water, is the 90% that nobody talks about. It's the habits. It's the lifestyle. It's the biological optimization. It's the relentless preparation that happens when the markets are closed. The top traders aren't just looking at charts. They are operating like elite athletes. They treat their bodies, their minds, and their environments with the precision of a Formula One team. Meanwhile, the amateur rolls out of bed 5 minutes before the open, rubs the sleep out of his eyes, grabs a coffee, and wonders why he gets run over by the professionals. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the unseen habits. We are going to ignore the charts for a moment and look at the operator. Because if you want to survive in the hyper-competitive markets of 2025, you don't need a better indicator. You need a better operating system for your life. You need to stop trying to be a better analyst and start trying to be a better cognitive athlete. Let's start with the foundation, the hardware, your brain. Trading is decision-making. That's it. It is the act of processing information and making high-stakes probability decisions under pressure. To make good decisions, your brain requires energy. It requires glucose. It requires oxygen. It requires dopamine regulation. If you show up to the market tired, hungover, stressed, or hopped up on sugar, you are bringing a broken machine to a race. I want you to imagine a Formula One driver. Let's say Max Verstappen. He is the best in the world. He has the skills. But imagine if his pit crew decided to fill his car with low-grade fuel. Imagine if they didn't change the tires. Imagine if they let the engine overheat. It doesn't matter how good Max is. If the car is broken, he loses. You are the driver. Your body is the car. Your habits are the pit crew. Top traders understand that bioperformance is alpha. If I can think 10% clearer than you because I slept 8 hours and you slept 5, I have an edge. If I can remain calm because my cortisol levels are low and yours are high, I have an edge. Over thousands of trades, that biological edge compounds into millions of dollars. So what are the unseen biological habits? 1. The sleep audit. Top traders don't view sleep as rest. They view it as neural cleaning. During REM sleep, your brain literally washes away toxins and consolidates memory. If you trade on 5 hours of sleep, your prefrontal cortex, logic center, is impaired. You are chemically identical to someone who is drunk. Would you trade drunk? No. So why do you trade tired? The unseen habit is a rigid, non-negotiable sleep schedule. Market hours dictate life hours. 2. Dopamine management. This is the big one for 2025. We live in a dopamine-saturated world. TikTok, Instagram, porn, sugar, video games. Most retail traders are dopamine addicts. Their baseline for stimulation is sky high. When they look at a chart and the market is slow, they feel bored. Boredom is painful for an addict. So what do? They force a trade. They over-leverage. They look for excitement. The top trader practices dopamine fasting. They intentionally cultivate a boring life outside of trading. They read books. They walk. They meditate. They lower their baseline stimulation so that they can sit and stare at a chart for 4 hours without feeling the itch to click. Rule: if you seek thrills in your life, you will pay for them in the market. The top traders are boring people. That is their secret weapon. 3. The morning protocol. Amateurs wake up and check their phone immediately. They flood their brain with emails, news, and social media panic before they even get out of bed. They start the day in a reactive state. The pro has a clean room protocol. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Sunlight, movement, hydration. They prime the machine before they turn on the data stream. By the time they sit at the desk, they are calm, oxygenated, and proactive. This isn't health advice. This is profit strategy. You cannot separate the decision from the decision maker. If the maker is flawed, the decision will be flawed. Once the biological hardware is optimized, we need to look at the software. Information. In 2025, the enemy of the trader is not lack of information. 20 years ago, the edge was having access to data. The guy with the Bloomberg Terminal won. Today, information is infinite. It is free. It is everywhere. The enemy today is noise. The skill of the modern trader is not gathering info. It is filtering info. It is the art of strategic ignorance. I want to introduce you to the metaphor of the curator versus the hoarder. The hoarder, the amateur. He is terrified of missing out. He thinks more info equals better decisions. He has CNBC playing on the TV. He has Twitter open on one screen. He is in 5 different Discord groups. He follows 50 traders on YouTube. His brain is bombarded. Inflation is up. Bitcoin is crashing. Buy gold. Sell tech. He is paralyzed by conflicting signals. His mental bandwidth is clogged with garbage. He enters a trade not because he sees a setup, but because he saw a tweet. The curator, the pro. He treats his mind like an exclusive art gallery. Very few things are allowed in. He realizes that 99% of financial news is just entertainment designed to sell ads. It has zero predictive value. He actively blocks the noise. He unfollows the gurus. He mutes the news channels. He leaves the chat rooms. He focuses on the signal, price action, volume, market structure. He knows that price is the only truth. Everything else is opinion. The unseen habit, the information diet. Just as you watch what you eat, you must watch what you read. If you consume garbage content, fear-mongering news, hypebeast influencers, you will produce garbage trades. Top traders practice isolationism during market hours. When the session starts, the phone goes in a drawer. The browser tabs are closed. It is just the trader and the chart. This is the monk in the marketplace. The market is a noisy bazaar. People screaming, haggling, panicking. The monk walks through the bazaar in silence. He hears the noise, but he doesn't listen to it. He waits for his setup. He strikes. He leaves. He protects his headspace aggressively. If a friend texts him, "Did you see what the Fed just said?" he ignores it, because he knows that once an external opinion enters his mind, it creates bias. I was going to buy, but now I'm scared because Twitter says the market is bearish. Now he is fighting his own analysis. The unseen habit is the courage to be uninformed about the things that don't matter, so you can be an expert on the things that do. Do you know the intricate details of the geopolitical conflict in a country halfway around the world? Maybe not. But do you know exactly what the S&P 500 does when it hits the 200-day moving average? Yes. That is the knowledge that pays. In 2025, attention is the new currency. Everyone is trying to steal your attention. The algorithms, the advertisers, the scammers. The top trader builds a fortress around his attention. He is stingy with his focus. He spends it only on the process. This habit is invisible. You can't see it on a chart. But when you see a trader who is calm, decisive, and consistent, you are looking at someone who has mastered the art of filtering. If biology is the foundation and information is the input, then review is the calibration. This is the single biggest differentiator between the amateur and the professional. Most traders view trading as the work. They sit down, they click buttons, the market closes, and they say, "I'm done for the day." They go watch Netflix. They play video games. They forget about the market. The professional views trading as the performance. The real work happens after the bell rings. I want to use the metaphor of the locker room. Think about a professional football team or basketball team. After the game, what do? Do they just go home and hope they play better next time? No. They go to the film room. They watch the tape. They analyze every single play. Why did I miss that pass? Why was I out of position? What did the defense do that confused me? They study their mistakes with forensic detail. They don't just look at the score, the P&L. They look at the execution. A team can win a game but play terribly. A team can lose a game but execute perfectly. The scoreboard lies. The tape tells the truth. The unseen habit of top traders is the daily report card. Every single day, usually in the evening, they sit down for the second shift. They open their journal. They look at every trade they took. And they grade themselves. Not on money made, but on process followed. Did I wait for the setup? Grade A. Did I size my position correctly? Grade A. Did I exit when the rule said exit? Grade C-. I got scared and sold early. This process is painful. It forces you to look at your own stupidity. It forces you to confront your lack of discipline. Most people avoid this because it hurts their ego. I made money today, so I'm a genius. I don't need to review. That is the path to ruin. If you made money by breaking your rules, lucky win. The review ritual exposes it. It labels it a bad trade. If you lost money by following your rules, good loss. The review ritual celebrates it. It labels it a good trade. This rewires your brain. It detaches you from the dopamine of the P&L and attaches you to the pride of execution. Without this feedback loop, you are just throwing darts in the dark. You are not improving, you are just getting older. A trader with 1 year of experience who reviews every trade is better than a trader with 10 years of experience who never reviews. The first guy has 1 year of refined skill. The second guy has 1 year of bad habits repeated 10 times. This habit is invisible. Nobody sees you journaling at 8 p.m. Nobody sees you studying your losers. But everyone sees the results. Finally, we have to talk about the physical space. Your environment dictates your behavior. If you are trading from your bed, in your pajamas with a messy room, old pizza boxes on the desk, and the TV on, you are telling your subconscious, this is casual. This is a game. Top traders are obsessive about environment design. They treat their desk like a pilot's cockpit. Imagine getting on a plane. You look into the cockpit. Is there trash on the floor? Are there random papers covering the instruments? Is the pilot scrolling TikTok? No. It is pristine. Every switch has a purpose. Every screen is calibrated. It is a space designed for one thing: high-consequence decision-making. The unseen habit is friction management. You want to increase the friction for bad behaviors and reduce the friction for good behaviors. The red phone protocol. In the Cold War, the president had a red phone. It was for emergencies only. Immediate connection. You need a red phone on your desk. This is your disaster protocol. What happens if the internet goes down while you are in a trade? Do you have a mobile hotspot ready? What happens if your broker freezes? Do you have the emergency number written on a sticky note on your monitor? What happens if you start to tilt? Do you have a physical checklist to snap you out of it? Amateurs panic when things go wrong. Professionals have a protocol because they designed the cockpit for failure. The no-trade zone. This is a powerful psychological hack. Have a specific chair or a specific desk, or even a specific pair of glasses that you wear only when you are trading. When you sit in that chair, you are a trader. You are focused. You are serious. When you stand up, you leave the market behind. This is compartmentalization. It prevents the trading stress from bleeding into your family life. And it prevents your life distractions from bleeding into your trading. When you are in the cockpit, you fly the plane. When you leave the cockpit, you are a civilian. You need to respect the profession enough to give it a dedicated space. Even if you are trading from a corner of your bedroom, keep that corner sacred. Keep it clean. Keep it organized. Clear space equals clear mind. So let's zoom out. We have looked at the biological edge, the F1 car, the information diet, the curator, the review ritual, the locker room, and environment design, the cockpit. None of these things are a trading strategy. None of these things are a moving average crossover or a supply and demand zone. And yet, these are the things that separate the seven-figure traders from the break-even hopefuls. We are entering a new era, the era of the 2025 operator. The market is becoming more efficient. The algorithms are getting smarter. The noise is getting louder. The era of the lazy genius is over. You can't just be smart and win anymore. You have to be optimized. You have to treat yourself like a corporate athlete. You have to realize that every decision you make outside of trading hours, what you eat, when you sleep, what you watch, how you review, impacts your bottom line. Success leaves clues. But in trading, the clues aren't on the chart. The clues are in the alarm clock set for 5 a.m. The clues are in the gym bag by the door. The clues are in the journal filled with painful honesty about losses. The clues are in the silence of a room with no notifications. Master the unseen, and the scene will take care of itself. The profits, the cars, the freedom, they are just the trailing indicators of a life lived with elite discipline. Don't just try to be a better trader. Try to be a better human. Build the iceberg under the water, and watch how high you rise.